And some very, good Lord, some very bad plushies. Get off! Every time. Lordy. Every time I sit down and make a video, it's insanity here. Stop. Lord, I'm getting off track. Alright, so, if I can find my notes, I am here. Look, you have got to stop. You're making Mommy nuts. Mommy's already nuts. So, alright, I am doing Todd All Things Horrors subscriber giveaway. I think I got that right. I am not thinking straight. And Padfoot is driving me into pure insanity. So, I'm going to start singing the Star Wars theme. Stop. And he is just being such a cheeky bugger, I can't think right now. I didn't realize it was this late. I know you're getting hungry. That's your problem. And I will put a link to Todd's channel in the description box below. So, let's make sure I got it right. Yes, I got it right. It was his 400 subscriber giveaway. And I just had to verify that because this one over here is making me nuts. So, he wanted us to either comment or make a video, or maybe it was just make a video, I can't remember. But he wanted to know what film really got you into horror films, you know, the horror genre. And now, when I was little, like toddler and whatnot, my mother, well, my dad too, but mostly my mother would watch, you know, old black and white films of any kind. She just loved them. So I grew up on films like, you know, the original Nosferatu and the Universal Monsters. And what was the other one? I can't think. I cannot think. And some other stuff. I think Bill, Book and Candle. I think that one had Jimmy Stewart. I've got the DVD still she bought me. But I'd seen films like that. But I think what really just pushed me over the edge into the horror genre, don't start, was we had just moved into this house where I still live, I grew up in, and I was 4 at the time, so I was around 5 years old, and 4 or 5 years old, stop! In the name of love. And, get up here and I'll give you another biscuit. And cable boxes were a lot different back then, and there was ways to turn the pay channels off and whatnot. And my dad had shown me how to do it. So I need you to back off me. Thank ya. Thank ya. And I had heard him and my mom talking about this film called The Exorcist coming on, and make sure that I didn't see it. And because I pretty much had free range of what I watched anyway. But my mom didn't want me to see it. She had seen it at the cinema when it came out with her brothers, which her brothers were terrified. She said, I still remember, she said one of them ran out of there screaming and crying, and he threw up. So, that was a story, and I was hearing her and my dad talk about it. And so, I couldn't understand why they got to watch it and I didn't, because they usually let me watch anything. So, I knew how to switch the cable box on so that the pay channel, whichever one it was that was showing in my room. I flipped on and I decided to watch it. And of course, Mom walked in and caught me. And she was like, well, if you have nightmares, it's on you. You're not getting in the bed with us if you're scared. But I wasn't. I was like, the whole time watching that film, I was like, yeah, you know. And I was not a normal child by any means. And I think that film completely warped my mind. And I mean, this was like in the 70s. So, and that really warped my mind and molded it to I fell in love with the horror genre. And it wasn't much longer than that in 1979. Since my mom figured, since I saw The Exorcist, you know, it was no holds bar. Whatever I wanted to see, she'd take me to see. So, she took me to see the 1979 version of Dracula with Frank Langella and Laurence Olivier and Donald Pleasance. And so I think those two films, The Exorcist and Dracula 1979, is what really got me into the horror genre. And, you know, not long after that is when, you know, well, Clockwork Orange was made before I was born, but I saw it not long after I saw another Malcolm McDowell movie, which came out at the same time as Dracula in 1979. So, I'd seen Clockwork Orange, and I started getting into, like, Halloween, and Friday the 13th, and eventually, like, Nightmare on Elm Street, American Werewolf in London, The Howling. A lot of films in the late 70s, early 80s is really what pulled me into the horror genre. And I think that still connected back to seeing stuff like Universal Monsters, even some of the Christopher Lee Hammer films. So that was just how I got into it, and it's just one of my favorite genres. Ain't that right, over there? So that's it for us. Go check out Todd's channel. He does like a lot of horror film reviews, horror film hauls, where he goes out and buys a lot of different Blu-rays and reviews and all things horror. So go check him out. And that's it for us. What do we say? Like? Comment? Subscribe! High five! High five! High five, you brat! He's a brat. So, no high fives. So,